The U.S. Supreme Court appears likely to uphold state laws that restrict transgender athletes from competing in sports teams that match their gender identity. During recent hearings, several justices signaled support for these restrictions, framing the issue as a matter of fairness in women's sports. The case has sparked intense national debate and could have wide-ranging consequences across the United States. During oral arguments, conservative justices questioned whether allowing transgender athletes to compete could undermine women's sports. They emphasized biological differences and competitive balance. Liberal justices, however, raised concerns about discrimination and the emotional impact on transgender students who may be excluded. The case has drawn strong reactions nationwide. Conservative groups praise the possible ruling as a victory for women's rights and fairness in sports. Civil rights organizations warn it could set a dangerous precedent, limiting protections for transgender Americans in other areas of life. Advocates for transgender youth argue the issue goes beyond sports. They say exclusion can harm mental health, increase isolation, and send a message that transgender students do not belong. Medical and psychological experts have warned that such policies may worsen anxiety and depression among affected. If the Supreme Court upholds these restrictions, it could encourage more states to pass similar laws. The ruling may also influence future legal battles involving transgender rights, education policy, and civil protections. Whatever the outcome, the decision is expected to shape America's cultural and legal landscape for years to come. As the nation awaits the final ruling, the debate over transgender athletes remains deeply divided. The Supreme Court's decision will not only affect sports, but also reflect how America balances equality, fairness, and inclusion in a changing society. The U.S. Supreme Court appears likely to uphold state laws restricting transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. Recent court hearings suggest a majority of justices may side with states that argue these laws protect fairness and competitive balance. The case could have major consequences across the country. Conservative justices focused on protecting women's sports, raising concerns about fairness and safety. Liberal justices questioned whether the bans violate constitutional protections against discrimination. The debate reflects deep divisions within the court and the country. Advocates say these restrictions can negatively affect transgender students' mental health. They argue that sports provide community, confidence, and inclusion. Exclusion, they warn, may increase isolation and emotional stress among young people. If the Supreme Court upholds these laws, more states may follow. The decision could shape future cases involving education, civil rights, and gender identity. It may become a landmark ruling in America's ongoing culture debate.